So, I know what you guys are all thinking. Wait, what happened to 47? Where is it? Why are we on to 48? Well, how do I say this? That chapter was way too spicy to put onto YouTube. If you want to go listen to it, my Patreon should be linked into this video, underneath it in the description. By the way, it is free, so don't worry about spending a single penny, and it should be the recently uploaded one. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy. What the hell did I just do? Yin woke up the next day still lying in Muzan's bed. He, having long ago gotten up and dressed before leaving the room. Sitting up took quite a bit of effort, for her whole body was sore from last night and what the demon forgetter had put her through. Already able to see the bruises and outlines of teeth marks on her neck, thighs and hips. Not only that, but what laid between her legs was a little sore from being... You know, I can't say it here, okay? Well, I did ask for it. I practically begged him to fuck me, and I let him because I'm just so fine. Sitting on the edge of the bed with her hands running through her tangled hair, Yin didn't really know quite what to do with herself. Already, she had broken her own vow to herself to not let her emotions get the best of her. And then I went and broke that by fucking the most powerful demon in the world. Letting out a breath of frustration, she then turned her head to see that there was a fresh pair of clothes and underwear, just like every day before, were set on the floor next to the bed in a neat pile along with a warm meal. Shrugging the new kimono on, this one being a scarlet red that accompanied her skin nicely. She ate quickly and then moved into the washroom, adjusted to Muzan's personal quarters, to brush her teeth and wash her face. Normally, she had given a chance to do that every morning and every night, and she gladly took the opportunity, since she very well did not want to start smelling like what she did the last time when Doma first brought her in. What was a bonus as well was that she also crafted a razor for some small hygienic purposes for herself. Why she was so unbanished when Muzan unclothed her. Finishing her small routine, Yin slipped out of the room cautiously in hopes that no one, and I mean no one, would see her exit. Just imagining the upper moon's faces. I don't even want to think about it. Wait, were they even here? I don't want to know. Already she could picture the jabs that Doma would stab at her, along with Kokoshibo's stiffening silence and Akaza's intimidating and disgusted glare. For the upper moons, she was sure that they would also display such feelings, however, would mostly likely keep it to themselves in fear of the realization for Muzan. After all, he decides on who lives and who dies in this specific scenario. Before Yin could take another step forward, the twang of Nakime's biwa transported her back to Muzan's room. A bit confused, she once more tried to leave, but was once more declined. Knowing that Muzan had likely ordered Nakime to confine her to his chambers after what had happened between them, she decided to take that time to rest. It was very much needed. The next day, when she tried to leave, instead of transporting her back into Muzan's room, she was transported to the training hall, where Kokoshibo and the other upper moons, along with Muzan, were waiting. Muzan had been discussing something with the group, but he abruptly stopped talking when he had noticed Yin. His expression softened as he saw her, a reaction that she was sure everyone noticed. But at that moment, it wasn't important. Glancing to where Kokoshibo stood off to the side, Yin trembled when she remembered how ruthless and cutthroat he was the last time she fought him. And though her strength and stamina had dramatically improved due to the additional training, it still wasn't enough, against him and his attacks that had been perfect over the centuries he's been alive. Narrowing her eyes, she faces Kokushibo whilst more drawing her spear. Her movements were lithe and precise, as if they were all why can I never say this word? Choreographed. Blah. But it was a deadly circumstance. Said striping Kokushibo's sword and lashes downwards, she drew her spear towards and was able to slice into his cheek, even though he had turned his head quite quickly. And while it wasn't the first cut that she had inflicted on his body, it was the closest one to his neck. And he commended her for that. But he knew it wouldn't be enough. Just like last time, she would be overwhelmed and utterly defeated. Maybe it was just his own delusion of second-guessing and what-if scenarios, but he didn't like the thought of Yin as a demon. Sure, she could live for thousands of hundreds of years beside him. But what about her in that current moment? Would her sense of self be lost? Her kindness, her words, her emotions? He knew that the moment she had become a demon, she would have lost many things that day. And he didn't want the same for her. But he had to comply, for it was Muzan's wish. With his hardening resolve set in mind, Kokushibo dug his heel into the ground and spun his body around in a way that both his kimono and his hair haloed around him in a specifically yet terrifyingly majestic way, his sword running through Yin's spear and cutting the weapon in half. Startled by the sudden disadvantage she was presented, she jumped back. But he was persistent. He followed her, his sword slashing at her with no sign at all that he would slow down. His face was an impassive mark that didn't once waver or crack, even when her expression contorted with pain and panic. Deciding to end the fight once more, he raised his sword so it set at a visual point in front of him before releasing a wild bazaar of crescent-shaped slashes several feet in front of him. The attack stretched towards Yin in a defensive and deadly wave that even sliced up the surroundings that made Doma and Akaza shield themselves from being caught up in the aftermath. But Kokushibo faltered once more when Yin continued standing. Twirling her now halved weapon in both of her hands, time seemed to have slowed as she advanced towards the first upper moon. In reality, going so fast that he couldn't even comprehend what she was going to do before it was done. As Kokushibo's arm held his katana dropped, he instantly knew he had lost. And it's time for your guys' Tokugawa era secrets. Goodness, I'm messing up today. Kokushibo respects Yin tremendously and expects the idea of his defeat at her hands. Muzan had presented Yin with everything she needed to feel comfortable, this freedom allowing her to make a razor and wise sheep, receive fresh meals and new clothes every day. Nakime didn't care for Yin's extents, so she also doesn't care about her romantic or relationship with Muzan, if you know what I mean. But anyways, Kokushibo's story has sadly come to an end, and so does Muzan. I think tomorrow, yes. After this, I will be taking a break because of how long this took. Well, definitely not Kokushibo's, but I don't know. I've just been really tired recently, and I just want a break. So I don't know how long I'm gonna take. It's probably gonna be short like all the other ones, but I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I love you all so much. Bye. Mwah.